Hey guys, welcome back to my vlogs on Disney World. I almost forgot what it was called. So this episode I'll be talking about Animal Kingdom and possibly Magic Kingdom. I don't know. I may split these two up. I guess we'll see once I start talking and like jabber on forever like I usually do. I did take a lot of video at Animal Kingdom, so I may make this one just one separate, shorter video and show some of that stuff. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So Animal Kingdom was day 3 at Disney World. Also, Magic Kingdom was day 3. I did 2 parks in one day, so that was fun. The first thing I did, though, was Animal Kingdom. I didn't do everything at Animal Kingdom because I didn't really have a lot of time. They're not open as long as the other parks. I think it closes at 5, but I had somewhere that I needed to be at 4, so I didn't stay until closing or anything. But honestly, there's not really that much to do at Animal Kingdom. It's just kind of like a zoo, basically, and it does have some rides. So the first thing I did was the Discovery Island Trails, which is basically kind of nature trails around the Tree of Life. And the Tree of Life was really cool. I got lots of pictures of it because it's the big tree that, like, the trunk of the tree, all of the branches and everything are carved out shapes like different kind of animals. So that was pretty cool. And it's really, really big. And but mostly that was just walking trails around it, and then there were some animals just kind of thrown in different locations. Nothing too exciting. The next thing I went to was the Kilimanjaro Safaris, and you ride in like a safari, basically, with a bunch of other people, and they drive you through kind of like a big savannah kind of place, and you get to see a bunch of different animals. So we got to see like white rhinos and black rhinos and giraffes and zebras and elephants and other stuff that I can't remember. I'm sure there were some birds and stuff in there. So we got to see a bunch of animals, basically. So it was like a zoo, but it was kind of a little bit cooler because the animals weren't in fences. Like, most of the time, they weren't in fences far away from you. Like, you weren't driving right next to a fence and then the stuff was fenced in behind it. It was like the giraffes could have come up like right next to the vehicle. So that was kind of cool. Next up was the Pangani Forest Nature Trail, which was kind of like the Discovery Island trails. It was just, you walked around and there were some animals. They also have like a wildlife express train, which doesn't really do much. It kind of takes you from 2 different places in the park, and one of the places is like a conservation area, so that's where they take care of some of the animals that aren't on display. But you get to ride by like all of the different places where the animals like stay at night after the park closes and stuff. So that was kind of cool. But it wasn't anything like too great. Yeah, I don't know. So they also have the Maharaja Jungle Trek. If you notice, there's a pattern here. It's just a lot of walking around and looking at animals. So yeah, that's what it was. It was walking around looking at animals through like the jungles of Asia. They did have tigers there, which were really cool, but unfortunately they were just lying down in the shade right next to the observation window, so you couldn't really see them. Plus there were these little kids that were like right up in the window, and it's like, you need to move your kids because there are other people who want to see these freaking tigers. But I couldn't say that because you don't want to be mean to people, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So they don't really have very many rides there. A lot of it is just walking track kind of stuff. But they do have something called the Kali River Rapids, which looked really cool, but I didn't want to get wet, and I kept seeing people get off of this ride and they were like soaking wet, and I knew that I had to go to the Magic Kingdom after I left, so I didn't want to, you know, do that, I guess. So I didn't ride that one, and it looked really fun though, and I kind of regret not going on it, but like I said, I didn't want to get wet, and I definitely would have. But I did ride Expedition Everest, which was a roller coaster, and it's the one that has the Yeti, like the abominable snowman. So you go up and there are like broken tracks and you end up going backwards, and there's the Yeti and everything, and I rode that one twice because it was awesome. So I had a lot of fun on that one. Plus the wait time for that one was really short if you were a single rider, which I was because Kevin wasn't there with me. So all I had to do was walk through the queue and immediately get on the ride, pretty much. So I rode that one twice. It was really fun. I would definitely ride that one again. And I actually took some video of other people riding it because there are a couple of places where it's just like scream, like going around these corners. And I thought it was really funny, so I got some video of that too. The only other thing that I rode there, they had some like kiddie kind of rides. The only other thing that I rode there was the ride called Dinosaur, and you're pretty much taken back in time. Yeah, I roll my eyes at that every time. But there's like a time machine. They do time machine stuff a lot, I guess. So it's like a time machine, and you're going back to prehistoric era, and you see all these dinosaurs and everything. It was pretty cool, and there was like a little backstory to the ride, and I won't spoil it or anything. And there was one point where there was like a dinosaur right in my face, and it scared me, and I screamed. Yeah. But that was the last thing I rode, and then I got back on the bus, and I went back to the hotel to meet Kevin. And I think I will make this one a short one, and I will talk about Magic Kingdom next time because it was probably the best night of the whole time we were there, so I want to spend a lot of time on it. So I'll see you guys next time, and we'll be talking about the Magic Kingdom. Yay! Till then, bye!